Libra, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for late April 2022. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start this reading off nice and smooth with an oracle card, just to take a little temperature of the energy before we fully get underway. For the lovely Libra collective, I hope you're all doing fantastic, my friends. Let's see what's going on, my gods. Talk to me. What do we got for Libra? And yeah, we're just going to look at this card real quick, then we'll get into the full tarot reading itself. And at the very end, I'm going to pull you a bonus card with the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows around you or what shadow work you might want to lean into in this time, which is always very interesting. I promise I won't come at you sideways there, but let's get this first card out. What do we got for Libra? My gods, talk to me. Thank you. Okay, so we have this alchemist figure, and that does give me Virgo types of vibes, but there could be something you are extremely focused on, whether a task, whether an individual, and we're going to talk about that. Before we do, though, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the April subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you're active on Twitter, my handle's at kyleofcups. Please feel free to shoot me a tweet. But into the reading we go. We look at this guy, like I already told you, it reminds me of the Hermit, a wisdom, but this is an alchemist literally. And look at this person looking at their potion. Now notice they have the alchemical symbol of the sun right on their forehead. Enlightenment, somebody who's seeing through things. A lot of you might be in the mode where you're feeling shamanistic or very tapped in to energies and spirituality. But notice this person looking at their creation. Some of you might be admiring some hard work that you've put in. You might be admiring how far you've come in a very specific journey. But there could be something, a situation or an individual that's taking up a lion's share of your focus. That's the easiest way for me to put it. I don't want to overcomplicate it. So for some of you, it could be you need to focus on something, or like your focus is a little off. Like there might be things you're not really looking at that you might need to. But let's get into tarot. And yeah, I'm going to get you 3 cards in the upright, then we'll intuitively clarify. I don't want to go too hard on that first card. It's just a little water tester. Like I said, it's a footnote. It doesn't make or break the reading. Let's see. Let's get you these 3 in the upright before we clarify what's going on with Libra. Now, last week's reading was super interesting to me, at least. It was titled Big Karmic Omen. And the thing I kept feeling over and over again, like guides, spirit, ancestors might be really trying to grab your attention or move you in a specific direction. I feel like that was a big theme of the reading. Now, in weeks before that, there's been positivity around the Libra collective, which is nice. But you know, energies are always going up and down. You know, although we may strive for balance in life, life is that constant juggling act. So we're going to see what we have this week. What do we got for Libra? Thank you. Okay, yeah, we have the 7 of Wands. This might be a very common occurrence in air signs. Okay, this could be a card that's good or bad, but you might be tested in some kind of way. You might be tested. That's what this is intuitively telling me right off the rip. Okay, yeah, we have the Hermit right in the center. So just like I was speaking about in the very beginning, is showing up once again, those Hermit-like features. Let's get one more. Hopefully none of you are feeling a little reclusive. Okay, we have the Death card on the back end. Okay, yeah, powerful. This is a very powerful reading because we have double major arcana in the top. We're absolutely going to have to clarify these to get down to the nitty-gritty and get more detail. But let's go through that. I'll give you some of the classical meanings first, then we'll get the juicy intuitive stuff. In position number 1, the 7 of Wands, like I said. In the positive sense, this could be somebody with a lot of determination. Whatever the universe throws at you, you can fight through it. Okay, like coming out on top. For some of you, this could feel like you're being tested one after another. Like when you finish one thing, the universe throws another thing in your lap. When you conquer that, another thing gets thrown in your lap. Such is life. This can also be a combative card. I always say that. Like it could be somebody that feels like their back's against the wall. It could be a little combative. So you're going to want to watch out for conflict and problematic issues. But it could just be determination. Not a bad card. It's pretty neutral. Now, moving to the center, we have the Hermit, like we saw in the very beginning. Yeah, it could be about focus. The things we're talking about in that first card could still apply here with this. Now, it's Virgo energy, of course. The positives of the Hermit, that inner wisdom, looking at something with that elder type of wisdom. So you might be going through situations that you need to analyze like that, pull yourself out emotionally. In the bad sense, this could be somebody struggling with loneliness or somebody being a little reclusive, feeling separated from a group. For some people, this could even be the dark night of the soul. So when I was speaking about tests, like Spirit could be testing you in different ways when the Hermit's here. For some people, it could just be issues communicating properly with somebody. But I don't want to go a dark route here. Moving to the very back end, we have the Death card. Now, if you're new to tarot, don't be afraid of that card. It doesn't mean physical or literal death. It's more about transformation. That's what this card is. Now, yes, it could represent a Scorpio in your life. And whenever I see this card, I think about the karmic cycles. So just like last week's reading was big karmic omen, the karmic energy is staying once again. So whether this is somebody getting karmic retribution, whether it's karmic rewards, we're going to have to clarify and see what this could be about. But generally think of somebody that's been through a lot of things. They've been down and out, but they remake themselves and transform. This is an extremely transformative energy as well, aside from the karmic undertones. So with all that being said, my lovely Libra friends, let's dive deeper. Let's jump in and clarify. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here and reset this deck for you. See what's going on for the Libras, please. Guidance Spirit team. And yes, my friends, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research, rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. We're going to go in on this Seven of Wands, see what that could be about. And as always, if you know how to read tarot or you're just learning how, that's why this box is here. You could just play along. If you're feeling anything off the spread, if you're feeling any messages, you could drop it down in the comments because it might resonate for somebody, and I don't mind whatsoever. We all learn together. So let's go in on the Seven of Wands. Why is this Seven of Wands here? Thank you. Yeah, Five of Pentacles in reverse. And I feel like some of you might be going through a bit of a slog or a bit of like a tough time where if you are being tested, it can. All right, I just want to say this too. The fact that we have the Hermit and the Five of Pentacles does talk about somebody that struggles with loneliness or possible abandonment type of feelings. But I see somebody trying to fight through that. Okay, but that might be tested. Know that. Like if you have issues with spending time by yourself, or if you have issues being alone, or if that's a fear of yours, that could be tested in this time. So this is a little bit of a warning here in the beginning. Okay, now for some of you, if you've been out, if you felt like you've been out in the cold, if you feel like you've been separated from a group or separated from society, I see you fighting through this. And for another portion of you, I feel like there may have been like a little bit of a lingering depression or a sadness in recent days and weeks that you might be really trying to work through and fight through. I think you'll be fine though. I really do. I do want to see how the rest of this goes, but I see somebody fighting with themselves here. That's what this feels like to me. Now, of course, it can mean a lot of other things, but all those things could be tested that I already spoke about, and this might be a fight against oneself. Okay, so just know in the coming days and weeks, you might be fighting against your own tendencies, your own mind. We're going to keep moving. And of course, if you're watching this for another person, this could be them, like somebody fighting with their own mind. This could be an inner conflict I'm feeling. So we're going to go in. Absolutely the energy of an inner conflict here in the front. So why is the Hermit here? I don't want to complicate it too much. I'm trying to keep the message true, my friends. Yeah, this is fine. Okay, we have the Four of Wands, the 1111 card. Yeah, keep the eye open for the omens. Like, once again, that message is coming through once again with the 1111 card. The repeating numbers, the synchronicities. A lot of you really might find a lot of solace in spirituality, because that's another thing with the Hermit. That's a spiritual individual. All right, so studying spiritual topics. I'm not just saying New Age things or tarot. There's a wealth of things you can learn from all different religions and spiritualities. Now, aside from that, a portion of you could be coming out of a time of being a hermit. Literally, like hermit mode, like you may have been a little reclusive, pulling back, a little quieter than you normally are. If you're usually out and about, traveling around, that could be changing quite a bit. For some of you, this could be somebody who's feeling cramped up in the home, because the Four of Wands, if it's not celebratory, if it's not about omens, could represent the household, the home, the family. So for some of you, you might be getting a little bit of cabin fever. I know I'm giving a lot of messages this week, but I'm just telling you what I'm feeling here. But I do feel somebody overcoming something, winning in the end, like a payoff type of feeling. So we're going to go over to the Death card and see what that's about. The fight with oneself is really highlighted this week, Libra. Definitely a different vibe than the past couple of weeks, but let's see what the Death card's about. Is it about karmic cycles? Is it about karmic retribution of some sort? We'll see. So why is the Death card here? Might just be starting a new cycle of life. Let's see what's up. Yeah, 10 of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, prepare for some sort of upheaval, change, transformation. It's inevitable. Now, once again, I'll say this. The 10 of Pentacles is a card of the home. So in the clarifiers, we have two cards right next to each other that are the cards of the household, cards of the home. Big focus there. But notice the 10 of Pentacles is in reverse. Usually that's a card of stability, happiness, a happy ending. Under the Death card, just know I would expect the unexpected. I would expect big changes, big shifts, okay? And it could be that of the karmic cycle you're going through, right? Maybe the plan that you're meant to live through, like there's a certain blueprint that you signed up for, and there's going to be big shifts here, okay? This is just a big shift, a big change of some sort here when I see the 10 of Pentacles in reverse, because that's like kind of like rocky ground, okay? Now, I don't feel like it's somebody getting karmic retribution like I was alluding to a little earlier, but I would expect the unexpected in this time, and there are big transformations here. There's big cycle changes. Let's go through and do a quick little recap, and then we'll get into the shadow card. If you kindly look in the box, in position number 1, as I already said, the 7 of Wands with the 5 of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, the fact that both Pentacle cards are in reverse could be some sort of upheaval, but I felt like this is somebody either fighting against depression, fighting an inner battle, fighting against themselves. So beware of that in this time. You might be fighting against yourself, whether it's your own thoughts or your own feelings. This is a little bit of conflict that you need to watch out for. It's more inner conflict, though. And it could be someone you're linked to going through that. Moving to the center, we have the Hermit with the 4 of Wands. Yeah, I said some of you might have a little bit of cabin fever, feel a little trapped, feel a little reclusive, but you're going to want to watch out for numerology, number signs, synchronicities. Those omens that we were speaking about last week are still ringing true here. And also the importance of soaking in as much spiritual knowledge as possible could be very beneficial for you, like various kinds. Moving to the very back end, we have the Death card, the transformational Plutonian energy. And we have the 10 of Pentacles in reverse, a card of upheaval. So I already said, expect the unexpected. Things could be changing. Things could be transforming. Things could be shifting in a big way. There's cards of the home. So a lot of your living situations could be up in the air. Obviously not for every single Libra out there. There might be family situations that are on the mind, but these are big karmic style changes and shifts. So please take a screenshot, and we're going to get your shadow card out here. Only take what hits for you, because even if this doesn't hit, as you know, you could look up your sun, your moon, your rising, all that stuff. Okay. Whoever's meant to hear this will. So let's get this shadow card out here for you real quick. This one we got for Libra, and we're using the Shadowland Tarot like I always do, and it's a wonderful deck. It does have some dark imagery in it, but that's what we want to do when we do shadow work. Tarot is very good at looking at the inverse. So what do we got here? Even if we get a positive card, we're going to look at the shadow side of it. All right. Okay, we have the 8 of Wands, and I feel like a message here, look before you leap, is pertinent for some of you. Obviously, not every single Libra out there. This is a big card of action and talking. Watch out for any hurtful words, hurtful sayings. Some of you need to watch out about letting too many details out or saying too much. Just keep that in mind, because when we're looking at the shadows, like, yes, this 8 of Wands, it could be the inverse of that energy where someone feels stuck in a rut and something's not moving fast enough. But I do feel like for a lot of you, you need to watch what you say, watch your communications. Don't let out too many details to people that don't need them or deserve them, because this could be a fiery back and forth. Okay, so I'm getting a lot of things off the back end here, Libra, with this 8 of Wands. And look before you leap. If you're making an action, if you're going to do something, if you're going to make a decision, make sure it is thought through well. But I know I don't have to tell you that, Libra. You guys think quite a bit. But yeah, that's what I have for you this week, my friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the April subscriber surprise. For the April subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 2 copies of the beautiful, wonderful Everyday Witch Tarot. This is the deck that you see in my thumbnails. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, it's 2 simple things. As always, first, you must be subscribed, which I'm sure you already are at this point. And second, let me know down in the comments what tarot card you associate yourself with. You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, I'll announce the winners in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love to you, and I'll see you next time.